Welcome back everybody into day 17 of the FTMO challenge, and as you're going to see, today was another red day of 1.6%, and we're going to see the trades. Remember that now we are in general down 5%, and as per yesterday I have fully acknowledged that I'm not a profitable trader, so I'm not upset by any means of it. So let's start and look what happened today. So first trade, I didn't trade, but was the first trade setup that I was noticing right before London Open. This one was a sort of liquidity grab. You saw me looking for these trades a lot. Right during pre-London, the price is consolidating, then we have a liquidity grab, and I mean, it's a liquidity grab because the main bias is bearish. We are coming from his. So right before a big session opening, we have a liquidity grab, sort of imbalance in the orders. We also have another trade opportunities, and this should have been my entry, but it's more quite aggressive, quite something more advanced that I'm not looking into trading yet. But as you can see, both this one and the first one and this one are reacting to this main PSA. So the main point is that they're not reacting somewhere randomly. That's why I didn't feel very good about taking this trade, because it was, yes, reacting to these first previous lows, but doesn't have any high time frame value. So I didn't take it. And as well, this one, I was almost waiting for a retracement till here. So we also have a slowing down in the bullish candle, a smaller candle, and the candle setup. This one should have been, it will be one of my entries. And as you can see, also the TP of 20 pips would have required like a huge move just to go back to the end of the range from PSA to PSA. These were two setups. As you can see, this is how it went. Would have gone immediately to 20 pips very nicely. And this one was even before London Open. Then we have analysis of the price action on GJ. This is something that lately I've been taking some breakout trades on GJ. For example, we see this move, we see some aggressive move above those previous levels, and then I was looking for a buy trade. But as you can see, this is the same time that gold was doing this liquidity grab, just then to react to a PPL and a PSA to go then in the opposite direction. Okay, here this is gold after London Open. As you can see, same bias. I didn't take this trade. Here there was no trade, and I was waiting for the price to react, to close, with giving us some nice confirmation below this PSA. This first candle, I was looking to enter here if it closed here below those candle bodies, but it didn't. The very next one was quite slow, but then I wanted the candle to close here, as you can see from the chart here, to take a trade with a good stop loss size and the confirmation of the momentum, but just went straight down. So I didn't have any entry here. And yeah, here I was waiting and looking for some of my pullback to this PSA for further confirmation, further continuation down. And this is what I took, and it was just that it wasn't working. So I think like it went, I don't know, 10 pips. This should be like 10 pips, and then went straight to my stop loss with the first loss of the day on gold. As you can see, this is sort of the recap of London Open or London session. So just to tell you, like I said the other day, to look forward, okay, these were my opportunities for the London Open. So now it's not like I'm going to look for multiple others. Okay, these were my opportunities. So I had this one, which was right after pre-London Open. I was not on the chart, but as you can see, it's a clear break, retest of the hourly PSA, and we are closing below the previous candle bodies, which was 20 pips, very nice. Then price consolidation, this one as I showed you, and this one even better, taking advantage of the pullback and liquidity grab at a PSA here, which was not given by the setup, but I was looking for it. And this one, which was a very nice engulfing breakdown. So, I mean, as you can see, price was already reacting here, slowing down, very aggressive candle, and just that the price didn't, it was not the right timing. So, not a bad trade with the right bias. We can also draw a trend line if you want, candle setup, closing below the PPL and the PSA. That was it. That was the absolutely nicer candle setup I could have taken, especially also this candle and even this bearish candle with a break and retest exactly of the PSA were the absolutely perfect confirmation, but it just didn't work. So I was not upset about it. Gold, no entry. So this was right after. So this one, as you can see, price, yes, went, but slowed down. And for a second, I thought, okay, but this is a reaction exactly the same PSA. Should I take it? I didn't want, because the price action was messy and we were coming from a strong, it's not like just a pullback or just a pullback. We're coming from a strong bounce and bullish move. So I didn't want to take it because I think it was good. And I think, yes, it went up. What I was looking for exactly was too messy of a price action. Price can bounce bullish from every PSA, not really worth it. What I mean is that the price from here can bounce, yes, now may look very good, but it can bounce from here, or it can bounce from the PPL, or it can bounce already here, here. There's a lot, it's a very, very dangerous zone. It's not a clean area where it can go, like below here. There's a lot of space where it can react, and that's why exactly after this exact same candle closed that bullish, I validated all the bullish confirms that I had. As you can see, price reacted exactly at a PSA, one of those levels, and closed very aggressive bullish. So I take exactly very impulsively, but very, very with a clear mind. I took the entry on the buy side, and it was explained in the last screenshot. It was too bullish to look for sells. Candle created strong bullish candle after bouncing exactly at a PSA, which was anticipated like a few seconds before that. And it was very, very aggressive and went to my TP. We're going to see that this entry, if it was an intraday entry, would have been so amazing. As you can see, more than 100 pips, 130 pips. As you can see, just from this entry, price just went straight up. What that means that I know that I will know more and more that when my trade is a good trade, it can go and go. And we're going to see it one in Bitcoin as well afterwards. Just that as a scalper, for now, I take this part. Later on, when I will become a profitable trader, then we will think about it. Then, missed gold opportunity, now we are into New York. New York, pre-New York was very aggressive, bearish. I was not trading it. Sort of last hour and New York Open was quite messy, and I had this breakout of this zone, and as you can see, this one is not 100% a trade for me. Yes, it's closing above these previous low highs, but what I wanted was that, okay, the candle is closing above here and above this also PSA. This one was an entry that I wanted to take, but I don't know, I second guessed. I felt like, oh, this is a strong PSA, I might react, but as you can see, it was I think a break-even trade because of price being really messy due to this price action. Here I was waiting for the candle to close closer, but here would have been like more than 20-25 pips of stop loss. So just like usual, the last seconds sort of were too much. This one would have been a TP, if I'm not wrong. And this one, again, identified the wedge. As you can see, the higher highs, higher lows completely being printed against this level. Yeah, now this one was a nice move and would have gone to TP because the approach, I mean, what I wanted was a nice convinced candle that showed me that the order flow from the buyers was strong and prevailing against the sellers, but it was very, very timid, very, very slow. And that's it. As you can see, it wouldn't be like to, I don't know if not 20 or 15 pips. As you can see also, the price action was not the best. So it was not a clean trend. Here, what I took was a sell. Why? Because what I saw was exactly this. Price action is not clearly strong. Look at here on the left on this blue line. Look, now we are creating a pin bar. Then 1, 2, 3 strong candles closing bearish, very aggressive. One candle retest, one other candle retest, and I took when this candle again made a top wick and then closed aggressive bearish below this previous PSA, and I took a sell. I don't feel bad about it because it was sort of the only thing was that the price was not trending, but this showed me that the price was aggressively bearish. Maybe it was just I don't know. I should have taken below another PSA, but I don't feel bad about it. I'm a loser, and this one is the nicest. So this one is my mistake, but unlucky. Okay, so as you're going to see, let's look at here. I don't know how I can do it. Okay. So let's do it like this from here, and this one is like this for 20 pips. So as you can see, this is Bitcoin, and this was the price action. Not clearly bearish, not in a trend yet. As you can see, we are going between these areas, but we are in a high volume time. We had New York open in New York open. We have multiple reactions at this level, and we had this candle closing here. So it was sort of a very aggressive entry. The bias is bearish because the price is unable to close above a PSA, which is also an hourly PSA, and a close aggressive bearish. So what happens next? Of course, this is a PPS, blah, blah, blah. Okay. What happens next is that price is not able to, it doesn't have, as you can see, this is something that happens when I take it into a range. Price is ranging. What I did, it was okay. As you can see, 15 pips is a lot. It's good. I'm giving a lot of space to react like this. Can go bounce like this. If then it breaks up, then I guess that the price action is trending bullish. But okay, let's do this. Okay, so I give him space. As you can see, price goes to like 10 pips. Yeah, 12 pips, not even. If it was 15, I would have the stop set break even, but it's fine. And okay, as you can see, multiple attempts of showing me that the price action might go down now. Maybe it was just waiting, blah, blah, blah. So I stayed in the trade up until here. I think it was this candle with the spread, it took me out. So let's remove all these. Okay, so I got my stop loss, got it here. So let's talk first about my mistake. My mistake is that, as you can see, 15 pips might look a lot, it's a lot of range, but is not covering any PSA. As you can see, it's not based on market structure. Where is the price action bullish again? When it breaks above this level. So why should I put a stop loss which is slightly below? If I put 18, 20 pips stop loss, this one will still be alive and I will be covering the PSA, which is okay. If it goes here, this is like 4 pips. So if it goes there, then it's probably either it does this or it's now time to go bullish. What I did was placing a simple 15 pips stop loss, and this is what happens. It stops me out, and then it's the right time for going down. But it's not that it is going down, and also look at where I stopped the candle. This is where I should have entered, because as you can see, candle is breaking and retesting below the PSA, showing that there is volume and there's bias. The bias is the same, there's a continuation in trend. So this entry would have been much better, even covering the full area, even giving 2 to 1, like the usual Bitcoin short. And then price simply went below the charts for, I think it was more or less 100, 150 pips, and I was not part of it. And I was not part of it because my mistake. This is not unlucky. This is because the trade was not, the stop loss was not covering the area properly. And of course, also another big mistake was not being lucid enough. Not lucid. Okay. Now it's trending. Let's see where I can enter, because now that it's trending is when I should trade. So, okay, I should take this opportunity. I see the pullback and I see the reaction. Maybe not here because it's too high risk. Let me take this one, as you can see, and go down. Maybe this one goes to 30 pips full TP, or then break even. But okay, let's look for other bearish move. When does it will resume? Okay, now it's going bullish. Okay, is it now or is it too early? I want to see the further reaction. Nice stop loss. Okay, as you can see, the stop loss is covering, should be even here, is covering the PSA of reference, so it's good. So I'm not threatened by any means. And then, as you can see, it goes back into the trend. Maybe I don't want to take the first risk. Here we have another full break and retest, which is absolutely nice. Or maybe we want to take it below the PSA. Look at this candle. Look here, below the PPL. How many times? 1, 2 times staying there before going back down again. As you can see here, blah, blah, blah. A lot of opportunities to enter. And of course, now there was the FOMC. I already also forgot about it, which was messy, but also, as you can see, gave same PSA Look at this PSA, how many times it gave some reaction, and the hourly as well, giving us further opportunity for understanding the possible price action. As you can see here, 80, 90 pips. But as you can see, the main thing was that my entry was so very, very good, was 150 pips, if only, of course not because I was a scalp, if only I took with a good stop loss size, and that's why it is my mistake. There you go. There you go. Stop loss placement was not correct. It has to be above the PSA, not simply 15 pips. This is something that I will absolutely improve for the next challenge. I have to use a stop loss, a size that is coherent with the PSA, with the market structure, and therefore use a lot size that is good, that can be used for 15 pips or can be used for 20 pips if I'm not there to change it straight away. Usually I can, because I place these positions earlier than the entry, so maybe I can understand it, and this is something that I will improve about it. Then I took a loss on gold. This is after New York Open. I saw this very aggressive candle breakout, very aggressive. I placed a buy limit here to grab liquidity and continue up, but it was a loss. And that's it. Okay. Yeah, not too many trades. This one, the last was on gold 1545. Okay, I took another one that I didn't. Let me check. Yeah, I didn't take the screenshot because it was okay. It was this one. It was exactly. So this one is I'm in this trade. I think it was quite not a good trade, but as you can see, okay, I am in this trade and I take a loss. The very next candle. So now what I'm looking at a bounce. Okay, now this one, the breakout was not good because I'm not a good breakout trader. Let's see if I am a good pullback trader. And this candle was a nice candle setup. Oopsie. And I was quite unsure if I wanted to wait for the retest of this level or what. But when I saw these very 1, 2, 3 candles showing some weakness, showing some possible reversal and bounce, I decided to take the buy. And it was just I was stopped out afterwards. So this one was actually, I don't know why I didn't put it. This one is 0.25. Okay. Here, and as you can see, it is just impatience or what? Because as you can see, yes, look at this candle. Now, I don't know if it's because it's engulfing. I don't know why, but as you can see, now we have this PSA that is being retested, and now we have a very aggressive bullish candle, and now this can be a very good opportunity with 15 pips being good. I think that the best opportunities have like 15, 17 pips stop loss as per market structure. And as you can see, they work immediately, even 30 pips, because I want to work on at least 2 to 1 risk to reward. As you can see, would have gone to 2 to 1, maybe even more, I don't know, remember. But at least, as you can see, 2 to 1 immediately because of where the price is reacting to. So I don't have to be super impatient. If it reacts here and then goes above, I will take a further entry. If I want to be a good pullback trader, then I will have to be able to wait for a PSA. I mean, where realistically it can react to. And it's not in the middle of everything. Might have been. If it is, I don't know. I'm not sure. That's what I can't say more. Yes, this time maybe I will have to take one, take a loss, and then take the second one and take the win. I don't know. I can't have 100% win rate, especially in these markets that are not so clean. So I will see. We will see how it goes. And yes, this one was a very good entry, just by a few pips was missed. And on gold, as this one of the morning was a very good entry and a very good change of bias. Not even change of bias, confirmation of bias of not taking this sell, because I knew that of the possibility of price reacting here. So that's exactly what I did. That's why I didn't have any fear or second guessing about entering long at this candle, because I knew that it was an opportunity. Then you might say, yes, but maybe it went there and the right price candle was here, just to see about this price action here. So that's why we don't know really too much. But to end it, look at here. Look how bad it was. Only with the spread I was taken out at the very top. If I waited to enter like here, I would have been in. If I took like a 16 pips stop loss, I would be in for the full win. But anyway, today 1.6%, one win, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses, and a general of minus 5.4%. So that's it. I'm not going to think more about it. Of course, I know that I will probably lose the challenge even beforehand, and I will see if I want to, like, during the weekend or last few days, trade with a very small lot size just to keep trading and avoid the full loss, or whatever. We will see. See you guys tomorrow.